The Telegraph, cabinet bid to halt Afghan airlift. There's a really, simperingly pathetic line in here, which is that they wanted to stop this move about importing the Afghans, but they gave into emotional blackmail. Well, grow a spine and maybe don't be so obsessed with British guilt. Maybe if you felt that strongly about it. No, own it, own it. Don't cower from it now. Anyway, we've got my wonderful panel with us this evening. Labour councillor Sebastian Salah. We've also got businessman and activist Adam Brooks, GB News contributor and comedian and fan favourite Steve N. Allen. You're a favourite, Steve. The amount of messages I get about Steve's on, yeah.
Most of them are from me in different accounts.
Oh, I see. Well, we have got a big story for you that we are going to reveal now. So there you go. It's the breaking news, and it's on the screen now. You can be able to, if you go onto the GB News website, you'll see it's leading the way there. So, speaking for the Foreign Office and the Department for Transport, a government spokesperson said to GB News that they have made a decision about Pakistani international airlines being able to land back in Britain. But it's quite a big decision. And it means that we are now going to have the international airline of Pakistan allowed to fly back into Britain. It's had a 5-year ban. It was banned because we were concerned that they were helping with things like, terrorism and bringing things into Britain, all of this stuff. This was seen as the major bargaining chip when it comes to getting Pakistan to take back members of their rape gangs. People like Abdul Qari Rauf, who's one of the Rochdale ringleaders. He was scheduled for deportation more than 12 years ago now, shredded his Pakistani passport, so we would make him stateless if we wanted to deport him, so we can't do that. Despite not wanting to go and live back in Pakistan, he has now built a house back in Pakistan for his family to go on holidays to. But we were thinking that this would be a big bargaining chip for the Labour government here. Take back your rape gangs and we can give you, your airline back in Britain. But no, it appears that discussion was never had and is not going to be had. So, again, it seems like more fantastic negotiating skills here from this government. Steve, your initial reaction to this story?
It's amazing negotiation. They should write a book, The Art of Absolutely Messing Up the Deal. It's up there with what they did with unions. Let's do some negotiation with the unions. We'll agree your settlement and that's it, walk out the room before you get any promise about no more strikes. The idea of getting this sorted before you actually put your requirements on the table, it's unbelievable. The only thing to put it in context that makes it look slightly better, it's not like a Chagos where we give and then continue to pay for afterwards. That's the only thing that could have made this worse, to lose the deal and also have to pay for it. It's stunning. I don't know why they're managing to get it so wrong.
Yeah, so our copy here on GB News is this is a double-edged scandal. Not only is the Pakistani government refusing to accept the return of foreign nationals convicted of heinous crimes, but when convicted offenders flee to Pakistan before their trials, the authorities in Pakistan are then unwilling or unable to locate them. And we've decided to give them their airlines back. Have you had a random call lately from a strange number, maybe trying to sell you something or even scam you? If so, your info could be out there. That's because of data brokers, shady companies that scrape the internet for your personal details and sell them to marketers or even scammers. These days, scammers can even use AI to mimic your friends' voices and trick you into sending money. It's not just annoying. Data brokers often target vulnerable people with high-interest loans or sketchy offers. But there is a solution. Incogni, the sponsor of this video. Incogni contacts data brokers on your behalf and requests your info be deleted from their databases. And because your data can keep popping up, Incogni keeps sending removal requests to make sure it stays gone. They've just launched a new unlimited plan with custom removals. If you find your info on a weird website, just send them the link and their privacy team will work to get it taken down. Getting started is easy. Hit the link in the description, create your account and let Incogni handle the rest. It's risk-free for 30 days and you'll get 60% off an annual plan with the code GBNews. Take back control of your data with Incogni.
Yeah, I think it's also worth mentioning one of the reasons that we hadn't put this airline back in business is because of questions over vetting of the pilots, which seems like a key thing to do if you're going to be flying over our airspace.
Yeah.
So triple-edged
So,
sword.
yeah, it is actually, and that is a good point, because not only was there some accusations, I'm assuming at some point Pakistani International Airlines are going to deny, which was that they were up to some pretty dodgy stuff. Some of the dodgy stuff was that they didn't really have properly trained pilots. So, like, that's a problem, given that they're now going to be flying over Britain again. In fact, in one incident, 97 people died. So, Adam, this... I don't know. I find this beggars belief, really.
I think every world leader is going to be queuing up to negotiate with this country because we are idiots. Or it's deliberate and we're just trying to mess everything up on purpose, or the Labour government is. Because this is scandalous. I mean, how many more asylum claims are we going to get with 3 or 4 flights flying in from Pakistan every day to Heathrow or Gatwick? You know, what's going to stop them getting a cheap ticket, coming here and saying we're oppressed in Pakistan? And it's going to happen, right? So why are we doing this?
Well, it's interesting you say that, because it's actually one of the aspects of this Afghan deal that we did secretly was that the Afghans were taken to Pakistan and then flown in from Pakistan. Which is despite the fact that Pakistan has actually, in the meantime, then expelled a load of Afghans back to Afghanistan. But anyway, what do you make of this, Sebastian? The fact that it doesn't. This would have been, I would have thought, an obvious bargaining chip that the Labour Party could have used.
Genuine question, guys. Has everybody read the story to the end? You've all read the whole story.
Yeah. Why? What's wrong?
There's a line in here. It talks about the process being overseen by the UK Air Safety Committee. So that is the committee. It's independent of ministers who decide who should enter our airspace or not. And the last line says, and I'll read it out, GB News understands that ministers are not directly involved in the decision-making process of the UK Air Safety Committee. So this isn't a bargaining chip at all.
Well,
because ministers don't have any say over this.
Well, they will have some sort of say over
Well, it says that they
who
don't.
comes.
GB News is reporting.
No, it says that ministers are not directly involved in the decision-making.
Exactly.
But our ministers in our parliament could stop an airline coming in if they wanted to.
The other aspect of this detail, which is that this is what's being claimed now, but Pakistani ministers brought up the Pakistani International Airlines with a face-to-face meeting with David Lammy, the Foreign Secretary, and then now this has happened, which implies, really, why can't we do that? Why can't David Lammy and co and the Labour government just do what everyone wants them to do, which is to say, OK, then if you want to land your aircraft back in Britain, then you have to take back some of your rapists?
Yeah, that's a really fair question, and I don't know the legal mechanism. Right. It seems to be because this committee is independent of ministers. So even if ministers wanted to do that... Yeah, but I suppose then it's that question about who really runs Britain, isn't it? Because is it the UK Air Safety Committee, or is it the democratically elected British government?
You can't tell me that ministers or government ministers can't turn around and say, we do not want Pakistani airlines coming in. You cannot tell me that.
Are you both calling for Labour ministers to be all-powerful? Because I'll take that in a heartbeat.
No, but if there were no links at all, then they wouldn't have raised the issue with David Lammy. So clearly
we don't know that they have. It says Whitehall sources.
To be fair, there is a lot of this. Well, we don't know that they have. If the Pakistani government is saying that they have, and Whitehall sources are saying that they have, now I think we kind of have to at some point believe that.
Sure, you can have the conversation. You don't need to have the negotiation. It's the bargaining chip that I'm bringing up that I think is flawed.
OK, and I believe that asylum claims are going to go through the roof from Pakistan because of this.
Just on that, Sebastian. So do you think Pakistan should be taking back some of these grooming gang monsters?
Absolutely. If somebody breaks the law here and they're from abroad, they should go back. And Labour is going even further on this. At the moment, the law is if you are sentenced to a year or more. Labour is making that even stricter, and anybody who is sentenced from abroad is going to be put in front of the Home Office. So we're going further on this, and I think it's the right thing to do, because if you break the social contract, you should pay the punishment. So
on that, I mean, the question would be why haven't we done some kind of specific negotiation on this then?
And I think that's the thing. That's what we're saying. They should, even if you'll find that last sentence in the thing saying at the moment they're independent. I think what we're saying is they should get themselves involved and use this as a bargaining chip. Find a way to use it as a bargaining chip, because we'd agree on the ends, we're just not agreeing on the meat.
Well, there must be a reason, because this has been going on for ages. These guys went to prison in 2012, and so the Tories have been dealing this for over a decade. Yeah. So there must be good reasons why that's not possible.
But there should have been a good reason to give the Chagos Islands away and then pay, but there wasn't good reason.
Well, it's because it's a military base that we need strategically, and we've seen how important that is.
We didn't have to abide by the international ruling court, so we could have just ignored it. So why did Labour then decide to cost us billions?
If you ignore international law, you trash your credibility globally. No. You do. Look at the countries that do it. It's Russia. It's all of the countries that we don't trust.
We ignore the ECHR on prisoner voting rights. Have we trashed our reputation?
I'm talking about international law here.
Right. So we can ignore certain laws from abroad and foreign courts, but we can't ignore others.
Well, it depends what you're a member of and what you're not a member of. If you want to be trusted.
We're a
abroad.
member of the ECHR, but we ignore their ruling on prisoner voting.
Sure.
So why couldn't we do that before? That has no justification on UK law.
Well, it's to do with your international reputation. Do you want that to be maintained or
I mean,
not?
the judge that made the decision on the Chagos Islands was a Chinese judge, wasn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, well, it was a Chinese judge, wasn't it? So it was a judge that was, which is like, again, this is the kind of thing like we're taking advisory rulings from people who are potentially linked to the Chinese regime.
I was going to wait for the next loop round of that conversation before we join in a few times. Didn't know where to get back on.
There we go. Okay. Well, look, people will be able to make their own minds up, I suppose, as to whether or not this is a missed opportunity. But again, it just feels like one of these things. Like, what are we really getting in return? We do offer Pakistan quite a lot in terms of trade. We offer them a heck of a lot in terms of we are a country where a lot of Pakistani citizens come and live. Huge areas of Britain, where not even just huge parts of Pakistan, actually, a particular area of Pakistan in Mirpur. I mean, we have some MPs in this country lobbying for a new airport in Mirpur, and now we appear to be allowing them to land their airways back. Again, it just feels like we're not getting a lot in return here.
Yeah, they'll need to build more airports now. We're going to have so many more flights going over there.
Yeah, I mean, this is it. It just seemed a little bit weird. Right, okay.